Okay, Harry back again. This is my new garage PC I've been building over the last couple of months. Done a few mods to the HarryH-E case. I'll go through them in detail later, but I'm just doing this video on 6th September 2014. I cut a full side panel window in one of them HarryH-E case sides I got from Holland. Sprayed this over, got rid of that HAF, which is garbage, across the side here, and cut it out. But what I'm thinking, I got a 240 60mm thick radiator down the bottom of the case, and I cut this in it last week, but as you can see, I didn't see that till later. I split the 3mm perspex sheet, don't know how, but it's there. So what else I've done, what I'm going to do, I'll just take the side off. I'll just take the side off for you. And I've done a few other mods, but as I say, this is just one to do with the side panel. You probably see this a bit better now if I just lean this up against here. You can see the mesh, but I put some. The only way this is held in is it's got this rubber bead round the grill, and I pushed it in and put some black silicone, but I'm not happy with that. I thought I could be able to tidy this up, but a no go. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to cut an extra 5mm out here, 5 or 10mm out here, all the way around, down to the bottom of this, around here, cut a new piece of mesh, new piece of this, sit along, I'm going to put clear silicone, I'm going to leave some tape around here, put some tape around here, see if I can get that better. I might also, I'm thinking of cutting this up here, and then along the top. Because what I've done, I've just moved this panel out of the way. What else I've done is I got some black 3mm perspex and took all the covers off the drive bays, put that on there. So that might, move the hard drive back a bit. This might look good with SSDs up there, I don't know. But it definitely looks tidier than with all those other things showing. So plan is, I've got to get a black fan for that. That's a blue one. I just put a bit of tape on it for the time being. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to recut this out of here. See, I've got a spare piece, so once I get it how I want it, I can redo the new piece with plexi, perspex, whatever you want to call it, in the side there. I'm also gonna, I got some spray paint down there. It looks a bit bland, all black. There's green fluid in it. So what I'm gonna do, if I can get this off, I'm just gonna take this mesh out, tape it up. I'm just gonna spray this bottom green to see if I like it, and what I'll do is I'll spend a couple hours in the garage and we'll go from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out, hopefully, and put a new piece in. I'll cut it out, bring it back up and see if it works okay for me. But I've also got one of these Phobia fan plates, but that could sit on there like that. But I'm not sure if it looks too big. I'm going to spray it black. But we'll see what that. Look, I'm going to just put some rivets or screws in the side there, but it might look a bit too big. I'll try anyway. So I've got two options, and as I go through the process, I'll update you. Okay, this is where I'm building my new garage PC. Done a lot of mods on it, I say. This morning I've just been down there excuse me, recut this out because I wasn't happy with the first one at 120. It covered up the top of the fans, and the silicone in that held the mesh in was really a bit of abortion, but it was a first try because I was looking for some double, like an H shape rubber to go into this, so to go onto this, cover this edge up, and also to hold the mesh in, but I can't find it anywhere. You get the single U shape, but an H shape one, you know, approximately maybe 15mm, so it goes 7 onto here and 7 onto the mesh, but we'll see. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to use clear silicone. I've rubbed all this down, and if I rub a finger around it, you can feel if there's any abnormal undulation in it, especially around the curve. You can feel it, but there's a tiny fraction, maybe, you know, your fingers can feel such a little difference. Like there may be quarter of a millimeter just there, but once that rubber bead goes around the mesh, you shouldn't be able to see it. And once I've siliconed it, because I'm going to put tape across here later on tonight, because I'm going to take the door off, I'm going to silicone it tonight and then let it go off overnight and then clean it up. Leave the tape on because I don't want any silicone like last time to go over onto the Perspex front. And then what I'll do is I'll just run a knife around it in the morning. And I don't want it. I'm going to put a bead in here first, instead of like last time I pushed it and then put the silicone in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a bead of silicone around here, clear silicone, and then I'm going to push the mesh with the rubber bead on into it, and then hopefully that'll stick that in there. Because what I do is I cut the mesh about 1 millimeter smaller each side, so it's 2mm narrower, including the U-shaped rubber channel, and 2mm, so you've got 1 millimeter all the way round, and that should hold it until I can get the H-shaped rubber grommets to go in there. It's like a rubber strip that goes round, but an H-shaped one, and it's 7mm over here. You should still be able to see the fan. But I've done testing on this already, and the temps, prime 95 for 3¼ hours. We're just hanging around the 48-49 degrees, so I think that's great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just wait for half an hour and then go and give those rings another coat of green and the front section, because that's all I'm doing is that section there at the moment. I just want to see what she looks like, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this back off, take all the mesh out the top, and then that'll all be that colour as well. It'll be different. That's what the little one liked, and it's only going in the garage anyway. So, but this is testing for me upgrading my gaming rig, which is in my other office. So this is just seeing what I need to do. If I cock it up, I do no big deal, because I got another sheet of that, and if I need to buy another couple of sheets, that's fine. So that's a little update for the time being. And I'll get back to you once I start doing some other little bits, which will be later on today.